Hey everyone, your designers are here. I'm Anita at Cedar Hill Farmhouse.
And I'm Yvonne at Stone Gable.
And I'm Kelly at My Soulful Home.
We've got tips and tricks and decorating advice for you today, so let's get started.
Hey everybody, this is episode 167, Tips for a Healthy Home. Now, this is, still in the midst of flu season and all of that. So we're going to have tips about that sort of healthy, but also just keeping a healthy home and having all your infrastructure and your appliances and all that really in top-notch condition. So you have a really healthy home. So let's kick it off, ladies. How do we have a healthier home for 2018?
Well, let me just tell you an easy way and my favorite way to have an all-over healthy home. And these are not, this company are not sponsors of ours, but they really should be because we love them. And that's Young Living Oils. They have a product called Thieves. It's a concentrate that you add to a spray bottle with water and you can spray down all your surfaces. And it uses essential oils that are antibacterial and it's healthy and it smells wonderful. And that's really pretty much the only product I use in my house, except now, and I love it, except when somebody gets really, really sick, I do keep a bottle of Clorox on hand because no matter how good a product is, it's not going to kill really, really, really nasty bugs. Clorox will kill 99% like it says.
So how do you use the Clorox?
I just use
full
it
strength,
diluted in water, and I wipe things down and then I rinse it off. Especially if we've had like a really nasty bug or something like that. That I will definitely use that because that.
So Yvonne, I've never done that. Like I've thrown bleach into the washer if I needed whiter socks, or maybe I've put it in the toilet if I had a particularly nasty rust stain or something. But how do you use it on all your surfaces?
Well, there's spray bottles that have chlorine in them.
And I wipe everything down. Yeah, there are absolutely sprays too that have that.
Yeah, it's just bleach, but it's already diluted.
Right. But what I'm saying is, are there any surfaces that you should absolutely avoid using that on? Or can you use it on everything?
I'm not going to use it on my new dresser or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Although bleached wood is really popular.
But that's a whole nother episode.
In fact, what you were saying about putting the bleach on your clothes, I think unless you needed to seriously disinfect them, I would probably use the Biz and the OxyClean because that's not going to break down your fibers like the bleach will.
Right.
So, but I really love the natural products and my very favorite is Thieves.
Well, I think you're on to something, Yvonne. I agree with you so much on this, and we just buy green cleaning supplies here. So I'm really careful about it. I really try to get the phosphate free and the things that that are more green because I feel like if it's better for the environment, it's probably better for us. I look for things that are phosphate free, biodegradable, but the green brands, Seventh Generation, Mrs. Myers. I mean,
I really do love her things as well.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I tend to use in the house. So, but I got in trouble for not having real bleach. So I had to go get some more of that.
If flu season, or you could just think of other just really bad bugs that go through your house. Christmas Eve, I got very sick and we had 14 for Christmas dinner. 11 of us in 24 hours were horrifically ill. I had to go to the ER. And first of all, we thought it was food poisoning. And can you imagine how aghast I was that I got food poisoning? And I'm in the ER going I didn't make everybody sick. But no. And it just was a really bad bug because the 3 people who didn't get it had the same thing the week before.
Oh, that might have been Jackie and her crew. Is that who had it the week before?
One of those crew. No, Jackie. and actually, Jack, we're expecting our third grandchild, second with them. So no, she was expecting and had this horrible thing. But you can be sure that everything, all my hard surfaces, my bathroom surfaces, my floor, not my wood floors, they were all, anything that you touch a lot, your door handles, things like that, they were all wiped wipe down with the Clorox bleach water solution.
Wow. Yeah. Good idea. Well, talking about not touching things, I was just at this volleyball tournament for 8 hours last weekend, and I just had my sweater sleeves pulled down, using the elbows on the doors. I felt like the girl in the bubble. I
Have you ever met 3 people that got together that were more germophobic than we are?
Yeah, that's the truth.
Well, yes. I'm knocking on my hard surface wood right now because I have not gotten the flu. And actually, we've just had a couple of colds in our whole house. So we've been using the elbows and, taking the paper towel from the public bathroom that you dry your hands with, and then using it to turn the handle to get out of the door is all a good idea.
That's so me. And then I just find it. So I come out of the bathroom with the paper towel in your hand. And then I just find a place to dispose of it. Yeah.
Here, let me just give another thing. I think some essential oils that you put in diffusers also have really nice sort of antibiotic, or maybe not antibacterial, not antibiotic, properties. And I think they're really nice to use. I often use Thieves, which comes in an oil, and I use that in my downstairs in my bedroom diffuser a lot, especially during cold and flu season.
And, since we're talking about the flu and everything, I was just reading again about the immune boosting properties of chicken soup.
Chicken broth.
How that chicken soup is so good for your body.
StoneGable.com/chicken noodle soup.
There you
go. Best ever.
Ooh,
not bragging.
Okay. We'll put that in the
fact.
show notes. Everybody should put a pot of that on. Speaking of cooking and things in the kitchen, using only cast iron or stainless steel pots and pans is supposed to be a healthier way to go, because the nonstick after a while starts to come off.
Flake off, yeah.
Yes. I've heard it. I mean, I've heard some of that Teflon that it actually has killed birds. I don't know if that's true, but I read it.
But and
it's not even the obvious flaking. It kind of gets absorbed after a while.
Well, and that's why you're not supposed to preheat it, because then it gets into the air that you're breathing. And I got rid of my aluminum pans and my Teflon coated pans years ago. So
I don't think I have any aluminum pans.
Well, I think we had some cheap ones and we inherited some. I got rid of all those and the Teflon a long time ago. So we just use stainless steel and then ceramic in the oven. Just those two things. In fact, I don't even like to use aluminum foil, because now they're saying that aluminum is associated with Alzheimer's and that aluminum foil can really be dangerous.
Is that why I can never remember to buy aluminum foil when I go to the grocery store?
We are not dissing aluminum foil. So, but we just, I think
I do like Reynolds Wrap a lot.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think what we are saying though is I think that the more natural the products can be. Now, there are some things in this natural world that are toxic. So, but the things that are not, that are known to have wonderful cleansing properties, and are things that maybe you should think about using around your home. Let's just totally turn sort of a page. And I was just doing some research for this, and I thought, you know what? I know plants are great things to have in your home.
Yeah,
they
it's great
purify
idea.
the air. But according to NASA, you need 1 plant per 100 square feet.
According to NASA,
I would need 40 plants at Stone Gable.
Wow.
Think about that.
Can't you just open your door?
Yeah. But I think that having a plant or so is pretty, and it may have a little bit of air purifying properties.
Too.
Yeah, and
I'm interested as to why NASA.
I don't know.
They're doing that kind of research.
Hey, I figured they're a good source.
Oh well, maybe they're just figuring out what they need to do in the air.
100
space station. I don't know.
Square feet.
Right.
But I doubt there's any plants there.
If we moved to Mars, we would have to take Monrovia with us.
Yeah, that's right.
We would want to take them with us.
We would definitely want to take them. And trying to make the air fresher. Stay away from those air fresheners. Oh, goodness gracious.
And the dryer things, sheets. Oh.
Right. So and the dryer sheets are not even so great for your dryer. I mean, my dryer comes with their instruction manual. It says, do not even use those things.
Well, I don't have a little German beauty, so.
No, but my family buys those trash bag liners that are scented, and they smell awful. And then they got onto me because I got some little bags for the dryer that have real lavender in it that are supposed to scent the things, but it's real lavender. And they were saying, well, what's different about this? Well, you can use the lavender in the dryer, but we can't use these. And I said, this stuff,
It's a natural
I feel like I'm going to, I said, this stuff.
No, it doesn't really smell like real lemon stuff.
Yeah, well, first off, those bag liners they just smell like chemicals to me.
Yeah.
So, and that stuff gives you a headache. If you
here
smell it long
again,
enough.
essential oils, you can put some on dryer balls and put it in your
That's true.
dryer.
That's
and
true.
I am such a proponent of dryer balls.
Dryer balls are very popular here.
We'll include links in the show notes because I've got them on my page.
And I have had to make them on mine. And I use them.
Or
That's
you can
all
make
I
them.
use.
You can just buy them cheaply or spend hours making them.
If you sit in front of the
peaceful
TV,
time crafting a dryer ball is what you need.
That's true. Are so funny. How about
Smelling
this?
your diffuser.
What about cleaning, making sure your fridge is clean?
Oh, my fridge is so clean.
Yeah, mine's pretty clean.
Well, what I do with my fridge, and it might be a little overkill, but it really does. I never have a dirty fridge. I don't have any extra stuff in there. If there's something covered with Reynolds wrap, I always take a look, chuck it if it's, been there for a day or so. But every time I'm bringing food in, I take this, usually we're coming down to not full depletion, but there's not as much stuff in there when you're going shopping. So it's a great time to just maybe take out the milk and the OJ and the bigger things and wipe down the shelves before you put the new stuff in. I also give the new stuff, a lot of the new stuff,
wipe down.
The big yogurt containers or the milk, a little rinse before I
give them a wipe down.
You're good.
I do.
I give them a wipe down too, Yvonne. High five for the wipe down.
Ooh. Now, the other thing that I think you can do to make your house a little healthier is to use a water filter.
Absolutely.
In fact, that I've read a lot of things about how bad it is if you're in a city and it's treated, the water's probably treated with chlorine. Then when you're taking your shower, you're absorbing that chlorine into your skin. So there are filters you can even put on your shower head to filter out the chlorine. You can do a reverse osmosis for your house. There are filters for your water containers.
Okay, let's avoid the vinyl shower curtain because anybody who's ever opened one of those knows what that thing smells like, right? And how could that be good to be surrounding your body and then you're putting hot water on it?
Some sort of, but what do you use as a liner that's a water?
Well, there are cloth ones.
Lovely cloth ones.
Yeah. And then microfiber cloths are really great to clean because the weave grabs and holds the dirt rather than just pushing it around. So go microfiber for your dusting and wiping downs.
There's also, I love companies that have like silver built into all of their microfiber rags and things. Norwex is one that comes to mind. And it's natural cleaning. Silver has, again, antibacterial properties. And you don't even need to put any cleaning type liquids on it. You can just use it with water, and it will clean up very nicely.
My washing machine has a silver cycle where it actually adds silver ions. I guess they're ions anyway
to do the same thing. Silver is very good. Have you ever heard they're born with a silver spoon in their mouth?
I have heard of that.
Yes, and people in the day when there wasn't like antibiotics and things like that, they found that if you put a silver spoon in your mouth, it can cure things like a sore throat or tonsillitis. Wow. And only the rich could do it. So that's how they got that, born with the silver spoon.
Oh, isn't that interesting? Because, people take that saying as,
because you can afford a silver spoon. Well, that's what it means. Right. Because only the privileged could have a silver spoon to do that.
Don't you just love a great recommendation from a friend? Well, we're delighted to be recommending these companies and their wonderful products to you today. And let them know your friends at DTT sent you. Green Chef is a delicious delight any time of year, but especially during the holidays. What a wonderful vision to behold as the Green Chef boxes on your doorstep. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. And it makes eating well so easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat a more balanced diet. So let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season. And if you've got guests coming, shop Green Bundles. They're now available at the Green Market. It's your one-stop shop for nutritious grab-and-go breakfasts, including vegan options, brunch kits, wholesome lunches, ready-to-eat snacks, veggie sides, and more. You can feel your best this December and do your best with Green Chef because they offset 100% of the delivery emissions as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. Go to greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT and get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT to get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. Pesto pork chops over Parmesan polenta. Not that easy to say, but oh so easy to make with Green Chef. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit company for eating well, and we have such a great deal for you. You're going to save $250. Listen on for the details on that. Green Chef makes eating well easy for any lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. You know, we're getting into the busy holiday season, so it's a perfect time to have Green Chef help you out. Let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season with their chef-crafted, nutritionist-approved recipes featuring fresh ingredients and nothing artificial. And you know what? You don't have to lose track of your healthy eating habits during the holidays. Every Green Chef customer gets a free session with their registered dietitians who will walk you through how to make clean eating work for you. So sign up for your free session and start on the road towards better health today. And that deal I want to tell you about, visit greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. So that's greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order.
Here's something else. How often do you clean your air filters? That's really important.
Yeah, yep. That needs to be done.
And I also wrote down with that, clean your air ducts. I have to ask Bob, how long has it been since we've cleaned our air ducts? Because I bet you it's been a very long time, but we keep up with our air filters and our water filters and our heating unit filters.
So how frequently do you do that?
Bob does that. I don't, but I think ours says once a month, and I think he's pretty good about that.
Once a month. Wow. Because I'm reading every 3 months, and I was thinking doing every 6 months. I was pretty good.
No, I can't say for sure, but I know he does our ones for our air conditioning system and things like that. He does that once a month.
Mm-hmm. Now, something that we're very careful about is something that I'm always reading labels about is the BPA, which is not good for you to be exposed to. So if you're buying bottled water, a lot of times those bottles have BPA in them, which is
and
not
look
good
for it.
your
It'll
body.
say BPA free.
Right. So we use well water. We like to fill up jugs with well water. And so I made sure the containers those go in are BPA free. But, if you're using glass, I try to use glass as much as possible, and then you don't have to worry about it.
I agree. And now companies are getting smart. They'll make the glass containers that the food is going to touch. They'll make them out of glass, but the tops they'll make out of some kind of plastic.
Yeah, that's what we have. We have a lot of glass. They're square containers, and the top lids snap on.
Exactly.
Yeah, so those are more and more easy to find.
Hey, if you can put it containers in a mason jar, I love to do that. Number one.
That's great too.
Okay, just jumping back to the changing the filters and all of that. Just think about all the filters that are could be in someone's house. So we have the heating and air conditioning filters, right? And then you have the water filter, if you have such a thing in your house. Are there other filters that we should be reminding everyone about?
I'm sure there are.
The filter in your vacuum. You have a filter.
Yes.
Make sure
and don't be putting that stinky, perfumey pellets or anything in your vacuum cleaner. Be natural. If you have to do anything, put some baking soda in there.
Oh, that's a smart idea. Baking soda. So maybe you put that on your calendar, like, you don't do it for New Year's Day because then you're never going to feel like doing it, right? So just pick some random day like today or something in February.
But I think it's more often than just once a year.
Right. But put it in, get started, right? So
That's
if you're
that's a
listening
good
to
way
this,
start.
okay, get started. Find out what size filters you need. Some of them you can probably wash and then put back in. And then you
Like
probably-
I have 2 vacuums and they both they don't have any filters per se, like a bag. You know what I'm saying? You empty them out in the trash, but they do have like a little element at the top that's like a little filter to keep like the very fine things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wash that out.
Yeah, so you can keep those.
Right. So if
Sure.
you put it
Out
in
or
your
clean.
calendar for now, and then depending on how diligent you want to be, count off 3 months and put it in your calendar again, or do 6 months.
Or check how often you should do it and stick it in your calendar.
right.
Yeah. And another thing that actually this has caused a little bit of discussion, let's just call it a discussion in our home, are the pesticides that, the bug treatment for your home and for your yard, because that was something I really didn't want. So I hadn't used it. We had a new house, so we really didn't have a problem anyway. We finally, the compromise was we found a company that does natural treatments.
Mhm.
So it's not as effective. I mean, they're probably just squeezing a bunch of lemon juice around the house. I don't know what they're doing, but
No, I think they're catching and releasing the termites. They take them someplace else and they let them go.
exactly. Something like that. So I don't know. They're doing something, but it's not as effective. But, you're not exposed to these dangerous chemicals. I mean, some of the chemicals they used to use were really pretty scary.
You're right.
Oh, yeah. And if you have pets, that really is worrisome because I know, our little Edith would just eat anything that's on the ground. She's very curious. And in fact, she ate something that you wouldn't think it was a chemical or that it wasn't a chemical, but you wouldn't think it would hurt her. She ate a little pod from a tree from the neighbor's yard that fell over into her yard and she got really, really sick.
Oh.
So can you imagine if she was
Is that what she had the day when she was really
you were
sick?
so okay.
Yeah. But, here she's in the backyard. And so if I had those boxes of, rat poison or whatever poison out there, she would eat that too, for sure. So you do have to be really careful about
So
that.
keep those Tide Pods away from her, because if she's watching those YouTube videos,
that is just
we don't want her to get any ideas.
ridiculous thing. Another easy thing to do to not only keep your house healthier, but also cut down on some scrubbing and cleaning is either leave a window open or run the fan in your bathroom for 15 minutes after a shower as well as during the shower, because that's going to cut down on the condensation.
Yeah, that's a great
Therefore, will
idea.
cut down on the
Sure.
mold.
Yes.
Oh, and that's the
excellent
other
idea.
thing, mold. Now, we've never had mold in our house, but that's something that gives me pause for alarm.
It's
can.
really
The black-
dangerous.
the
My
black
parents
mold
lived in
can be.
Florida for a number of years, and they caught it early because it's just so humid, and
I think
just
it depends
happens.
on the mold, because I hear there's some black mold that's supposed to be not every mold is really bad, but some of them I
Yes,
think are
but
much
that's
worse.
what their neighbors had, the black mold, and they had to take their house down to the studs.
No.
Mhm.
Oh, they had the
Isn't
really bad
that-
stuff.
Was it you that was telling me, Anita, that they tint their houses in green around your way?
Oh, they tent the houses for the termites.
Oh, for the termites.
In fact,
Okay.
so my neighbor next door, it's a 100-year-old house, over 100 years old. So they tented their house, and it was kind of weird. I was walking; they didn't tell me they were doing it, and I wish I had known, because I wouldn't have even stuck around. Because then later, I had to go to the
You could have gone
doctor?
to the farm. Mm-hmm.
Well, I would have. I ended up with chemical burns in my ear. Somehow some of that chemical got stuck in my ear. And I said, it looks and feels like a chemical burn. And they said, that is what that is. And I walked
How
by
about
the house.
that?
Just going from walking to my car, which was next to their house.
Wow.
Wow.
And they say, oh, that stuff's harmless. I'm thinking, I don't think so.
I think we don't really understand or know the extent of chemicals around us. And I think it's something that we have to really, we have to educate ourselves about, because our body was not made to process all these. Our body is, I believe our body's fearfully and wonderfully made. And it's just a miracle what it can do. But I think we have to be we have to honor our bodies and not take all these oh, it'll be fine, don't worry about it. Take all these chemicals and everything for granted and just sort of brush them off.
Yeah, I think the effect is much worse than we realize because there's more and more health problems the Alzheimer's seems to be much more rampant. Autism, I mean, we still don't know exactly what causes all of these things, but I think there's a lot of environmental hazards. The good news today is that there are a lot of alternatives. So you don't have to use a lot of these harsh chemicals in your house if you don't want to. There are other options out there.
Yeah, I'm going to have to kick my Windex habit, and that just, as I've told you before, that just brings back childhood memories of my mom spritzing the TV while I was watching I Love Lucy. So it's hard for me to let go of the Windex. But I was in the grocery store the other day and I was like, I could pick the green one or I could pick that really shiny blue one.
Oh,
so I went with the green one.
Blue. Yeah.
No, it is so much better. Even I was talking with my older daughter the other day and she thankfully was like, I'm going to throw out all that old makeup and cruddy makeup that I had, when they were little and they were playing around, dress up and stuff. And she still has all this stuff. She's like, I'm going to I want to use some of my Christmas money, which she's still parsing out and get all organic makeup.
Oh, good for her.
And that makes, obviously you're putting that stuff on your face. It's of course absorbing into your pores.
This is so interesting that we have, a lot of us have pretty greenhouses, but yet we use shampoos, body washes, lotions, that are hairspray. Now, I don't think I can get rid of my hairspray.
Okay. If you keep your hairspray, I'm keeping my Windex.
And I don't think I can get rid of my antiperspirant. But I think we have to just be very careful about what is in our home and what's in our home that we put on our bodies.
Go ahead, clean out your closet, then head straight to Quince. I love every item Quince offers, from wardrobe to decor, and I can really recommend their Ultra Stretch Super Wide Leg Pant at $49.90. The price is unbeatable, and the look is so flattering. It keeps you in on top and flares out of the bottom. Everything feels right with Quince. The price, the quality, and the sustainability. Quince offers a range of luxury wardrobe and home goods at prices within reach. And like Quince's clothing, their home goods are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. Once you've cleaned out your closet and refreshed with Quince, you can also add something to your home decor. So give your wardrobe and your home the refresh it needs with Quince. Go to quince.com/DTT to get free shipping and 365-day returns on your next order. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/DTT for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/DTT. And let me know how you love those pants. Inevitably, with the new year come wellness goals. One very effective and easy to reach goal is to add Dose to your wellness regime. Dose is expertly formulated organic wellness shots that support your liver in one delicious drink. Formulated with ingredients clinically shown to support liver health: potent turmeric, milk thistle, and ginger. There's 0 sugar and 0 calories. Did you know that your liver performs over 500 special functions? Since I learned all that my liver is doing, I started with Dose to support all those vital functions. I take a shot of refreshing Dose 2 times per week to combat everyday toxins from food, meds, alcohol, and unhealthy air. Since starting with Dose about a month ago, I am definitely feeling an overall improvement in my health. So if you want to give Dose a shot and invest in your health like I have, Dose is offering DTT listeners 15% off your first order, plus an additional 15% off if you subscribe for a monthly delivery. That's 30% off your first order. So go to dosedaily.co/DTT and use the code DTT. That's dosedaily.co.co/DTT and use the code DTT.
Yeah. And there, like I said, there's so many natural alternatives now that they didn't used to be. And I just started thinking about a friend of ours, And how many kids back, well, they're older than we are, but he said when the mosquito truck, the truck that would spray our neighborhood for mosquitoes, when it would come down their street, they would get on their bicycles and ride behind it.
Yeah. Hey, listen, my husband's older than me, and he and his family stayed at the Jersey Shore at a little beach community every summer, his mom and the kids, and they would sleep out because there was no air conditioning, that little bungalow. They slept out on the sleeping porch. And when they'd hear that mosquito truck coming, they ran inside. But can you imagine the chemicals they poured?
No, and our poor friend, I mean, and oddly enough, he doesn't seem to have an eye twitch or anything.
And Bob has his hands growing out of the middle of his forehead.
Yeah, other than that, he's fine.
People might have been hardier. I don't know how they survived all those things. But no, really, I remember the mosquito truck too. And that was just, it was like the ice cream truck. Like, it was kind of exciting.
That's exactly right. That's exactly
how funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we all survived it. I think the tip of the day, perhaps you want to get that bell.
Yes, I've got Jane. A handy dollar. Tell me what you think it is.
What Yvonne said about just simply washing down all the handles, the doorknobs, the latches, there you go.
The cell phones.
The cell phone.
The channel changer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have to say, my mom was good at all. I mean, she probably was using Windex, so that wasn't good. But as far as keeping a very clean home, Jerry, oh my goodness. No house
My
cleaner,
mom too.
right?
Anella, you were wonderful.
And I would come home after school and I would have my little stuff in my backpack. So I had glasses. I didn't have to wear them all the time just for the board, but I'd have my glasses and then whatever, my pencil case, obviously not a cell phone or whatever of the little things I'd have. And every day after school, my mom will put them on the counter and she'd wipe everything
off. Whoa.
Yep.
Hey, my mom was slacking on that. And I thought she was a clean freak. I think your mother took it to a new level.
No, took it to a complete, and then her fringe was always straight and the little carpet by the door. But yes.
And she washed off her pom-pom magnets.
She did. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
They were nice and tidy.
Hats off to you, Jerry.
Yeah. Hats off to you, Jerry.
Hey, listen, there's a lot of things. Just look around your house and just be sensible about it. We don't want you to get crazy. And just think of ways that you could maybe go a little greener, a little more healthy. Take care of things around your house that should be done more regularly. I'm thinking of like your filters and cleaning your fridge out. We love a beautiful home, but we also want you to have a healthy home too. So remember, we're here to inspire you to create a beautiful home. Until next time, and a healthy home. Until next time.
Hey, everybody, we want to thank you so much for listening to Decorating Tips and Tricks. And we want to make it even easier for you to listen. And it's easier if you subscribe. You just click the subscribe button on our website, www.decoratingtipsandtricks.com, or you can subscribe through Apple Podcast or any of your favorite podcast listeners. When you subscribe, DTT comes free right to you 3 days a week. So until next time.